Hello, who is here with me? So interesting. Some of you are not able to tell me that you're here, and then you tell me later, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So if you're able to text and let me know you're here, let me know. And the other thing is, if you have anything in particular that's going on, you have any questions, that's one of the things that's so great about my live classes. I get to interact. And so, and some of you are watching this recorded. Believe it or not, a couple hundred people watch this recorded. So I love that you show up to do yoga, because I think yoga is the best thing for healthy aging and for our bone health. So yesterday, someone asked me in class, if she's in a chair yoga class, and she said, do you have any tips for helping me get up off the ground? She said, I play with my grandson and I have trouble getting up off the ground. She goes, it's so cute. He tries to push me like, okay, grandma, and he pushes her to get her up, which is so cute. So one thing I want to say is that's one of the benefits, I think, of practicing yoga is that it strengthens our joints to be able to move better up and down. So whether that's honestly all day long from using the toilet to needing to get up from the floor or from being able to practice yoga on the ground. So if you're here in this class, you're definitely doing up and down off the ground, right? Because we're in this class doing that. This was a chair class, so she doesn't actually get down on the ground with me. And I think there's so much benefit to that. Carolyn, good morning. Carolyn, question. You had sent me information about setting up a new email. Did I do that? You texted me, I think. So I want to make sure that happened. And if not, I'll remember when I finish today so I could get that done for you. Definitely want to get you receiving whatever you need to receive. I haven't actually been doing a lot of newsletters. I was doing 4 newsletters a week, and it was a bit much. It's a bit much for me to create all that content and a bit much for you to receive it. So I actually have slowed down. I do one right now, which is to release my podcast, because I am still doing my podcast, and that's really important to me that I share that information. And so that one has been going out, and then I'm adding on Monday soon. Kathy, good morning. Okay. But I want to make sure that I got that to you. Oh, your email's the same. Okay. It's a new text. Okay, perfect. Great. And I'm still not even sure how this happened with YouTube. Do you see this, that you have a crown and it's like crown number 1, crown number 2? Well, I think that's a crown, like queen 1 and queen 2, which I think is great. I'm looking a little fuzzy, so I want to make sure my camera is clean. That looks a little better. All right. Anyway, Kathy or Carolyn, anything in particular going on with you ladies? Carolyn, I played pickleball on Monday, and I was so sore for the rest of the day because I don't think my body's used to doing all that movement. And one person said, oh, I could tell you played tennis because you're still like trying to hit it hard and all that crazy stuff. It's been so long. I think I stopped playing tennis in 2000 and maybe 13 or 14, which is a long time. All right. Well, let me get started. So I try to choose a theme because it gives me something to focus on. And the theme that I've chosen for today, I use that word balance a lot. So there's 4 different areas we focus on when it comes to bone health with yoga: strength, posture, flexibility, and balance. And then we use different poses or postures to create the strength or the space that we need to strengthen those areas. So today we're going to do a lot of foundational groundwork to establish the strength in the joints, in the muscles, and in the bones. Because when we are doing our activities, simple activities, going to the toilet every day, getting up and down from the sofa, from a chair, from the floor, that's simple. And then we also want to do those bigger activities. We want to play sports, travel, walk, hike, and all of that. So we need our joints to be strong. So yes, strong muscles. Yes, strong bones. And don't forget about the strong joints. And the floor work that we do in yoga, a lot of the postures in yoga are developing that deep foundational aspect of joint strength that then allows us to do all the other things that we want to do. And, it's kind of nice, isn't it, to be down on the ground? Yes, some of the work we're doing is hard and our muscles are burning and we're feeling the intensity. A little bit different when you start to stand up or even when you kneel or get on all fours, then you're putting more pressure into your body. So for today, get your props, a blanket for sure, a strap, a block, a chair or a wall, whatever it is you need to make it your practice. And I was speaking with someone recently and she said to me, when she did the practice, they would use one block. Like the teacher would say, okay, everybody get a block. But for her, they would say, get 5 because she might have been tight and needed more blocks. So whatever it is you need, get it, because that's going to help you do more work, and that's what matters. All right, so coming down to the ground. I'd like to begin today putting something behind our spine, and a blanket is a really good thing to do. Now, if you have a thin towel, I would get a couple of them because you want it to be a substantial amount of height that you're away from the ground, so we could really get that stretch to come into the front postural muscles and take sitting out of our body and lengthen the space between each vertebra in the front of the spine, because that's where the fractures happen. So we want to create that lengthened space in the spine. So get a blanket. This happens to be a really heavy blanket. When I pick this up, the weight of this blanket is heavy, which means I'm going to get a very big fold. I'm going to roll this up. Now, you want it to be really long because you want your spine from tailbone or sacrum really all the way up to your head to be supported. And if you don't have a long towel or blanket, you may need to put something else behind your head. So go ahead and roll this up so you get a pretty big column, like a jelly roll. Get that, roll that up, and you're going to put that on the mat. And then you're going to sit on the ground. Let that come towards the low back. Don't sit on it. And then you're going to come all the way down onto your blanket. Keep your knees bent, your feet flat. You can let your knees touch each other. And then take your time to get yourself into a place where you feel that your head is supported, your neck feels supported. You might feel a stretch on your neck, but you want your neck to be supported, your head to be supported. And then you want your arms out to the side and experiencing some kind of stretch across the chest, across the shoulders. And then when you get there, close your eyes and tune in, check in, and noticing what you notice. Back of the neck may be stretching. You may even feel stretching your jaw, really depending on what's going on in your body. Lengthen your head, lift it up, lengthen the back neck, tuck the chin towards your chest. And observe where you feel the stretch. Does it feel appropriate? And then deep breaths down to your belly. Let's do a little movement here. Many people feel some kind of stretch happening in the neck. Could be distracting when you're trying to connect your mind and your body. So let's do a little to lengthen the neck muscles at the back of the body. Take tension out of the neck, out of the jaw. Take a big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, let your head roll slowly in one direction. There's a downward movement. There's a little more stretch here when you're on a blanket. Inhale back up to center and exhale slowly in the other direction. And back up to center. Go slow, be very observant. Noticing what you notice about the stretch, about the feeling of the heaviness of the head moving down on this round shape, and it keeps going. So there's a stretch that comes into the chest, into the neck, into the jaw, shoulders. Exhale into the stretch. Inhale back up to center. And then one more each direction. And bring yourself back to a static hold. You can either keep your arms straight or raise them as high as you'd like towards the back wall. Create some kind of stretch in your chest, in your shoulders. And then actively push your arms down into the ground and push your heart up towards the sky. Push your belly button towards your spine to protect your low back as you add a little extension to the heart area, stretching the front of the spine there. And it may translate to tension in the neck or the lower lumbar area. So activate your core to protect your low back, push your belly button towards your spine as you push your heart up. And then keep your mouth closed. Breathe in through your nose. Start to get familiar with the breath coming into the chest area. Feel that. So I'd like to count out a square breath. Depending on the activity of your mind, using counting in your head, visualization in your head can be a great way to manage stress, a great way to keep your mind focused in the present moment. Because the present moment is what allows us to tap into healing energy internally. When we're thinking about the past or the future, that stimulates the fight flight branch of the nervous system. And when we stay in our present moment, we allow our body to turn into the healing, building, repairing zone, the rest and digest. So take a big few breaths here. I'm going to do a square count where we're going to inhale for 4, hold the breath for 4, exhale for 4, and hold the breath out for 4. And just notice how this feels for you to do this. Visualize going up the sides of the square on each count. Let your breath match the movement. So let's begin. Take a big exhale. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own. Count and visualize the shape of a square. If you get distracted, bring yourself back to the counting, to the shape, the visualization. And then finish the breath you're on. Take 3 more breaths. When you finish that last breath, give the breath back to your body to breathe itself. Do a little movement here with your arms, inhaling your arms up towards the wall behind you. Exhale, bring your elbows down towards your waist. Inhale up and exhale down. Go slow, feel what you feel here, stretching your body up overhead. Make that upper arm bone be what moves the most. Stretching your chest muscles, the arm muscles, the shoulders. And then one more breath. And then bring yourself to a pause. We're going to come and do some spine opening work for the upper body. So keeping that blanket behind the back is important. If you don't have a blanket behind your back or you need to move yourself, you could do this without a blanket behind your back. So if you have the blanket, keep it there. You're going to roll on to your side. It doesn't matter which side, but roll onto your side so the blanket is behind you. And then bend your knees straight off your body and let your feet touch. Take one hand behind your head and then clasp the hands behind your head. Bring the elbows together and exhale. And then inhale. Reach long with the elbow that's on top. Push the elbow in the ground into the ground. Squeeze the knees together and open your upper body as much as you can. Push your heart forward and then exhale back to close. This is called butterfly. Inhale, open, rotating the thoracic spine, stretching the upper body. Inhale, open, exhale, closed. Inhale, open, and then exhale, closed. One more, you're going to inhale yourself open, reach long with your elbow, push the opposite elbow in the ground, push your heart forward, lengthen your heart here. Deep breaths down to your belly. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to neutral. We're going to come onto the other side. So bring yourself up and over the blanket if you have the blanket there. So you can do it with the blanket. It just gives you a little reference. You don't have to have the blanket there.
So clasp your hands behind your head. Let your knees touch. Put your feet on top of each other. Exhale. As you inhale, let that upper elbow reach up towards the sky. Squeeze your knees together and rotate your upper trunk. Push your heart forward. Exhale back to neutral. Inhale to rise. Go slow, go with intention, squeeze the legs together, open as much as you can. Feel on your body what you feel moving and stretching. Inhale and exhale. And then on this next one, you're going to inhale to open. Push your elbow into the ground. Push your heart forward and stay here for a couple of breaths. Push your belly button to your spine to protect your low back if you feel anything in your low back. We use the core to support the back. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back out. Pause here for a second. Then you're going to bring your hand on the ground. You're going to push yourself up to seated. So the butterfly, when we open, we rotate the thoracic spine. This is important for spinal health, for keeping your spine healthy if you have osteoporosis in particular. But it's also really important for balance and communication of the nervous system up and down the spinal canal. So keeping our body nice and open, and that's rotation with a lot of awareness so that stays safe when it comes to our spine. The counterindicated movement, if you have osteoporosis, is full end range motion rotation with a lot of force, or being in a flexed position in your spine and then rotating. That's something you want to avoid. You want to be lengthened in your spine when you're rotating, or even slightly adding a back bend when you add rotation to your spine. That's what keeps you safe when you're practicing rotation if you have osteoporosis especially, and if you have osteopenia, or. Okay, let's warm up our body. So take your blanket for your knees. So if you have issues in certain parts of your body, like knees being one of them, try to make movement doable and use props to support your knees so that you don't avoid being on your knees, but you use something so that you can come on your knees. Also, same thing goes for the wrists. These are things I see people avoiding, is anything that has to do with weight bearing on wrists and knees. And I would suggest that in order to keep your body functioning for your whole life, you need that range of motion and mobility in your wrists and in your knees, whatever you can get. So come on to all fours. Your gaze is forward. Just close your eyes for a second. Press your fingers into the floor. Flatten your toenails onto the ground. And just feel here what you notice in the wrists, noticing the weight distribution in the hands. When it comes to balance and communication, your body is always trying to figure out, are you forward, backward, side, or side? Turning on the muscles to help you from falling over so you can stay upright. So I want you to feel here, where is the weight in your hands? Do you feel it more in one hand than the other? Do you feel it more in the heel of the hand? Do you feel it in the fingertips? And then push the left hand into the floor and try to take the pressure out of the right hand. Noticing what that does to your body. Where do you feel that when you do that with the eyes closed? And then slowly start to put the right hand into the floor. Let the tension come out of the left hand. Noticing what you notice here in your body. All the things you may notice. Stabilizers turn on. You may feel different things. You may feel pressure in your wrists. And then go ahead and push the left wrist into the floor. Now I want you to push your body weight slowly back about 6 to 8 inches. Bringing the weight-bearing aspect out of the wrists. And then bring yourself forward into the wrists. Feel that. Push yourself back out of the wrists. See if you could feel the farther back you push yourself that you start to go into your glutes. Center of the buttocks, you'll feel that. Now your head is looking forward with the eyes closed. Don't let your head hang here. And you may actually be experiencing some heat in the upper back and neck muscles. These are the muscles of posture, important muscles when it comes to balance. So moving yourself forward and backwards and feeling, are you more on the right side, more on the left side? Are you equal in your body? And becoming very curious where your weight is in all the different standing positions. One more, push back. And then bring yourself back into the neutral. Eyes are closed, noticing what you notice, where's the weight, and try to equalize it. If it's more in the right hand, push more of the left hand in. If it's more in the left, push more of the right. If it's in the heel of the hand, push the fingertips into the floor a lot. Try to evenly distribute the weight. Take one more breath. And then you're gonna gently open your eyes, walk your hands back. Let's come off the wrists. Bring yourself forward. This is a high kneeling position. Take your hands and start to bring movement into your hands. Take the tension out. When we're weight bearing on our hands like that, we're gonna feel that. We're gonna feel the stretch. Keeping flexibility in your joints is important, and there's a lot of joints in the hands. We have 27 bones here. There's a lot of joints. Half of all the body's bones are in the hands and the feet. So really articulate all of those joints. Look at your fingers. Make sure the thumbs are bending. There's 2 joints there. Each finger has 3 joints. Move those. And then open really strong and close really strong. Open and close. Open and close. And then do this where you move like this. You move the pinky, the ring, the middle, the pointer. Move your fingers, pinky, ring, pointer, pinky, ring, middle, pointer. And then go ahead and shake your hands. Shake them down low. And then let that shake come up into your arms, into your shoulders. We have fluids, or lymphatic fluid in our body. And the way that we move it is through movement and massage. And that's part of our detoxification, part of our immune, part of our hormone system. And it's also going to help with that communication throughout the body for balance, for fall and fracture prevention. So shake, 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 shake. And then go ahead and release. Sit down if you can, bend your knees, close your eyes, noticing what you notice. Notice if you were able to get some activity moving throughout your body. And then gently open your eyes. So let's come up and do a warm up in this kneeling position for the upper body. So begin low by inhaling, open. Go back as far as you can, feel the stretch, and then exhale to close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale and exhale. Go a little higher if you can, if your shoulders will let you. And start to let your gaze go across the room a little higher so that your head tilts back. This is going to turn on those upper back muscles. And then one more. Bring your hands down alongside your body. Take your hands out, palms are out to the sides. Really stretch your hands. You're going to inhale, stretch your hands, reach up, let your gaze follow, fingertips up towards the sky. When you get here, turn your palms away from each other. Reach up and down and out. Let your chin come towards your chest. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And then bring yourself down. Shoulders go forward, up, back, and down. Go really slow here. Push the shoulders as far forward as you can. Push them up as much as you can. Push them back and then push them down. Forward, up, back, and down. And then go ahead and let them rest. Take the 4 fingers or 3 fingers in your thumb, pointer, middle, ring, and thumb. Bring those on top of your shoulders. Inhale, let your elbows go up to the side. Exhale, down. Feel that stretch underneath the armpit area. Chest muscles stretching. A lot of lymphatic vessels here, so movement helps to move fluids through the system. Our hormones travel through our lymph. Fat-soluble vitamins as well, part of our immune function. Inhale up and exhale down. So keeping your body flowing, communicative. Inhale. Now you're going to exhale when your elbows come down. Push your elbows forward and then start to inhale as the elbows go up as far as they can. Let the chin go along with the neck. And then open as wide as you can out to the side. Begin the exhalation. Elbows come down, chin comes down to chest. Inhale, open, create space. Exhale, bring the body back to center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, chin to chest. One more. And then bring yourself back to center. Continuing with shoulder warm-ups. These are shoulder warm-ups. So rotator cuff. And if you have issues with your rotator cuff, then you need to do what's appropriate for you. Take your elbows right alongside your body. You're going to inhale to open up your hands to the side. Exhale back to center. Inhale to open. Now, being in this high kneeling position is actually good for the hip and pelvis. This is weight bearing. We're warming up our body, warming up our shoulder rotators, and we are standing, half standing, in our pelvis. So creating that compressive force with the femur in the pelvic area. Inhale to open, exhale. One more, you're going to inhale to open, stay here. Exhale. Now inhale, slide your hands away. Exhale, draw those elbows back towards your waist and draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, shoulder blades separate. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Use those upper back muscles to activate. Inhale away, exhale back. Make this work. Inhale, and then exhale, bring your elbows. Now, we're going to inhale up, keep your elbows bent. Exhale, slide your elbows down to your waist, slide your shoulder blades. Shoulder blades are moving apart and together. Inhale, use those upper back muscles to activate, to pull them down towards each other. Pull the tips towards each other. Inhale and exhale. Gaze is at least halfway up the wall. Don't look down because then your upper spine is going to go down. When you look down and your head is forward, then that puts pressure on the upper spine. One more like this. Now we're going to go even bigger. Straighten the arms. Go to the letter Y. That was the letter W. Now we're doing the letter Y. Inhale. Look higher. Look to where the wall and the ceiling meets. Exhale down. Inhale up. Keep your hands as far back as you can. Feel the stretch in your arms. Feel the work in the back body. One more. And then bring yourself down. Sit on your heels if your knees will let you, or come into a crisscross leg position. Close your eyes. Feel what you feel in the upper back area and in your shoulder. Take one more breath. So let's do a couple of postures that strengthen the back body and stretch the front body. So coming on to your tushy, you could have the blanket there or not. We're going to come into one of two postures and you decide. So the first one would be tabletop. We push our pelvis up as high as we can. This is tabletop, or you could do a reverse plank. So you're going to choose whichever one you'd like. A little bit more upper body work to do the reverse plank. Tabletop is going to give you a higher lift and more stretch in the front of your shoulders. So try right now. Let's try the tabletop. Push up. Feel how that feels in your shoulders. See if that feels appropriate for you. And then bring yourself down. And let's explore the reverse plank. Keep your legs straight. Push your feet into the floor. Push your pelvis up towards the sky. And then bring yourself down. So you're going to choose which one you'd like. We're going to do a 30-second hold. I'm going to do the reverse plank to get more work for the upper body. Fingers facing towards your buttocks would be ideal. If you need to face them out towards the sides, you could do that. Spread your fingers here. Dig your heels in. If you're going to do the reverse plank, keep your feet together. If you're going to do tabletop, have your feet be a little wider. So you choose what's appropriate for you. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, push yourself up and away from the floor. Using the fingers, push the fingers into the floor. The heels of the hands are pressing into the floor, but try to distribute that between the fingers as well. If looking up to the sky is too much for your neck, you could tuck your chin towards your chest. Then squeeze your tushy to push your pelvis up no matter what position you're in. Press your feet into the floor or your heels, wherever you are. Push away from the floor up towards the sky. Really use those pushing muscles. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself down. Come into a rest position to catch your breath. A lot of muscles are used there in that. So close your eyes and catch your breath. Breathing down to your belly helps slow down the breath rate. When you do bigger movements or you use more muscles or bigger muscles, the heart will start to accelerate quicker. Take one more breath. So tabletop and reverse plank are really great for strengthening the back body. And when it comes to posture, spinal health, and balance, those are main areas we need to focus on is the back body. All right, let's come on to all fours. So spinal balance, we're going to lift opposite arm, opposite leg. Spinal balance strengthens the back of the body to diagonal pattern. It's a great way for you to test your balance. It's also a great way for you to test getting stronger when it comes to balance. So come on to all fours and then take your right leg back and contract your right glute, lift your right leg up. Keep the toes pointed down towards the ground. You inhale to lift that leg up and exhale down. Just feel what that feels like. Then go ahead, bend that knee. Let's take the left leg back. Using the glute, using the hamstring, the back of the lower body to elevate that leg. We also use the lower back muscles on that side, whatever leg you're lifting. Then bring yourself back. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Take your right hand forward. Lift your right arm up and then tap it down. Up and down. One more. And then bring your right hand onto the floor. Take your left hand out. Inhale, up and down. Up and down. One more. And then bring your hands right underneath. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do diagonal opposites. So let's take the right leg back and the left hand forward. Contract your core like you're zippering up a tight pair of jeans. Push your belly button up towards your low back. Exhale. As you inhale, lift both the leg and the arm off the floor. Tap down on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Stay here. Now push the right fingertips into the floor. Zipper up a tight pair of jeans. Push your belly button up towards your spine. Squeeze that right glute. Lift that right leg up. Try to bring that left arm alongside your ear. Reach long with the leg, long with the arm. Gaze is forward. Active upper back and neck. The longer holds develops more strength. So if you want to get stronger, hold the postures longer. Move to the place of fatigue. Take one more breath and then bring yourself down. Let's go to the other side. Take the right hand forward, left leg back. Exhale. Gaze is forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then one more. Inhale to lift. Stay here. Contract the left glute. Lift that left leg up. Right arm is straight. Right arm is alongside your ear. Zipper up. Protect your low back. Press your fingertips into the floor. Gaze is forward. Deep breaths. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and slowly bring yourself down. Bring yourself into whatever is a good rest position for you. Kneeling if you can kneel. Crisscross if you need to do that. Close your eyes, catch your breath. Breathe down to your belly. Notice how fast your heart rate is beating. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and open your eyes. So we're going to come into camel posture. Now this is a back bend. We're going to hold that back bend, activating our back muscles, stretching the front of our body. So for this, I'd like to do this with a block and strap. So ideally, I'd like you to have a loop in your strap. And if you don't have a loop, you could actually pull on a strap. If you don't have a strap, you could do this with a blanket or a towel. And if you don't have any of them, you could take your hands and clasp your hands and have that happen as well. So whatever you need to get, we're going to do a block between our ankle joints. So put the block between your ankle joints, toenails touch the floor. So move away from this position, bring your toenails onto the ground. Your knees are coming straight off of your body. And then if you have the loop, You're gonna bring the strap behind you and put your arms, your hands in the loop, and then get more narrow across the top of your chest. Look down, your knees are coming straight out of your hips. You're not wide here, you're block distance. And then squeeze that block with your legs. Feel how that activates the inner thighs. That activates the center midline of your body. And then slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Push out in the hands, push your fingers down towards the ground. So we're gonna activate by pushing down and lengthening our arms away from us and bringing a back bend into our body, and then holding this. So take a big inhale. As you exhale, start to enter, squeeze the block, push into the strap, push your hands down and back, sliding the shoulder blades towards each other, pressing them up towards the sky. Throat is open. Your head could be, if you had your eyes open, you're looking at where the wall and the ceiling meets. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Push out in the strap. Fingers are moving down, back, and up. Push out into the strap. Squeeze the block. You could squeeze the tushy if the low back is unhappy here. Trying to minimize that low back curve. The goal here is to stretch and to add a back bend to the thoracic spine. So protect your low back here by squeezing your tushy, squeezing the block, activating your pelvic floor and your core to support your lower back. Take one more breath. And then you're going to slowly bring yourself out. You could sit back on the block and catch your breath. Close your eyes. Noticing the heart rate, that's a good way for you to gauge the action, the activity, and the level at which you're showing up and doing the work. Feel that heart rate accelerate. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and open your eyes. So when it comes to balance and spinal health and strengthening our upper back for posture and balance, it's also important to have the front body, to have the core active, strong, because that's a big part of what helps us as well. So I'd like to do a breath work that gives you this awareness of how to activate your core to protect you from falling, to protect you from slouching, and to bring this lengthened aspect into your spine. So sit in whatever position is a good position for you. Sit in whatever way feels comfortable for you. You could get a block and put a block between your heels that elevates your body and puts your spine in a really nice aligned position. A lot of people like that. And if your knees don't bend, then sit in a crisscross leg position. So I'd like you to close your eyes and bring your awareness to your pelvic area. And imagine that your torso is a tube of toothpaste. And at the bottom of your pelvic area is where all the toothpaste is. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze the toothpaste up into your rib cage. From your pelvis to your rib cage, squeeze and push up to your rib cage. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze the toothpaste, push it up to the rib cage, up towards the heart. Feel that pressure and then that lift and that lengthening that comes into the spine. Inhale to release. Exhale, contract. Squeeze the toothpaste up into your rib cage. Stay there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. With a lot of force. So you actually even maybe go to a shaking place. And then inhale to release. So the tube of toothpaste can come in handy when you need to get that core activation, especially if you are in a place where you need your balance, you're outside walking, maybe in uneven pavement or something. or you're doing a posture and you need to protect your lower back, especially when we start to do some of the back bending postures or some of the twisting postures. So that toothpaste can be a really great way for you to feel that you're squeezing and pushing up. You get that lift, that lengthening. And if you practice this, you'll feel in your own body how you do get a lift, you do get taller. So practice that, try that. Okay, so let's move on to another posture. We're gonna do dolphin plank, forearm plank. We're gonna use the block because the block will help keep your elbows and your arms in a good position so that you are turning on the stability aspect of the upper back with the shoulder girdle. You wanna make sure that you're not too wide here with your arms. That's something I notice in my live classes. A lot of people are wide with their arms. You want to be more narrow to bring the shoulder blades onto the back so we have the support of the shoulder girdle in the upper back part of our body. So coming onto your knees, getting your block, you're gonna come all the way to the back edge of a blanket. And then bending at your hip. Now with osteoporosis, we don't wanna bend in our spine, we wanna bend in our hip. So in order to do that, you're gonna have to push your tushy back. If your tushy moves backwards, then you know you're bending your hip. So push your tushy back, bring your block onto the floor, and then bring yourself forward so that one forearm goes onto the floor at a time, and you have your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Flatten your toes onto the ground. And this is the modification. So for some of you, this is where it's going to be better for you. For others, you could flip your toes under and lift your knees off. So choose what feels appropriate for you. If your knees are off, push through your heels so you have weight moving back towards your feet. And then everybody, push your forearms into the floor, your elbows, your forearms. Push your hands into the floor and squeeze the block with your thumb and your pointer finger. And then we're going to bring our awareness to our pelvis as if we're a tube of toothpaste, and all the toothpaste is in the pelvis, and we're going to actively on the exhale push it up into the rib cage. Take a big inhale. Squeeze the toothpaste up into your rib cage. Feel that lengthening in your torso. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze the toothpaste up in underneath your ribs into your rib cage from your pelvis. Head is active. One more. Inhale and then exhale. And then go ahead, bring yourself down. Take your block off to the side. Stay up here, flatten your toenails, spread your fingers. Gaze can be down towards the front end of your mat. Don't let it hang, don't let your head hang. Then take your elbows out to the side, palms one on top of each other. Let the forehead rest on the back of the hands and breathe down to your belly. Breathe through your belly. So when we're on our belly, we could do a lot of great posture work for the back of our body. So take your legs long, elbows are out to the side, palms are on top of each other. We're going to warm up the upper back spinal area by doing a back bend. So these are the erector muscle groups that come from the sacrum up the spine. We need this back body to be nice and strong for posture, for balance. So let your forehead touch your hands. Take an exhale. As you inhale, feel like you're pushing a marble away with your nose. So you start to bend your spine and your neck, push away from the floor with your hands, lift yourself up as high as you can by pushing away from the floor, and then exhale down. Inhale to rise. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And then bring yourself down onto the ground. Take your hands wide apart. Elbows are right off your shoulders. Toenails are touching the ground. Lift your head up, lengthen your back neck. Let your forehead touch the floor. Exhale. As you inhale, push a marble away with your nose. Push your arms into the ground. Feel the back body activate to lift your head up. So let your head lift pretty high, so the back muscles need to work to lift your head up. Exhale down. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Inhale. One more. Push your hands down. Lift your head up. So your eyes could be closed or your eyes could be open. Zipper up your core. Squeeze the toothpaste up to the rib cage. That's another great way to activate your core, pushing the toothpaste from the pelvis up into the rib cage, contracting the core. Push your hands into the floor, pull them back to push your heart forward, bending that upper spine, managing pulling the head away from the ground against gravity. Feel that heat developing in the upper back muscles. Push your hands into the ground, pull them back, push your heart forward. Activate your core, push your pubic bone down. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. Take your hands, fold them one at a time, and then spread your legs wide here. To breathe to your belly. Take one more breath. Then take your legs long. Bring your forehead to the ground, bring your arms to the side. You're going to inhale to lift your arms off the floor. Exhale, slide the elbows down towards your waist. And then inhale, slide the arms towards the wall in front of you. Exhale back, elbows go towards your waist. Inhale, arms go forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Keep your arms pretty high. Try to keep the elbows and the hands in the same level. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more. Stay down, little pulses, pushing the elbows back, shoulder blades towards each other. And then rest. Take your hands, fold your hands one on top of the other. Take your legs wide, bend your knees. Let your feet flop side to side here. And then let your legs be long. Take your arms straight out. Bring yourself onto your side. Take a couple of breaths here. Rest here. Take your hand on the floor in front of you. Push yourself up to seated. So we're going to come standing. I'm going to give you one way to practice trying to get up off the floor. So take a blanket, put a blanket on the ground. Now you could actually double that blanket so you're sitting a little elevated and you have space of the mat in front of you. And let's see how this works. So coming into a crisscross leg position, you have your legs crisscrossed. You're going to be using the edges of your feet to push into the floor to get this to happen. We're going to do this unwinding of the body using the pushing muscles from the feet and from the hands, paying special attention to our spine to not flex our spine. So you're going to do this without thinking, because it's when we start to think about things, we might think that that seems impossible. So I want you to go from here, and I want you to come to the side, put your hands onto the floor, come around, let your feet help to push, and see if you could stand up like that. So try that. Now I've asked in my classes, what's easier for you? One side seems to be easier than the other. For me, whatever leg is in the front is the leg that I go to, and that's my hip replacement side. So the leg that's closest to your body is going to do the pushing. So try that, see if you can practice that. It seems to be an easy way. I don't know why, but there's something about the mechanisms of unwinding that seems to be helping you be successful with that. So let's clean our space. So the aspects of balance, well, one of the things about balance, the musculoskeletal system, the proprioception aspect of balance is wherever you are in space. So your body is trying to turn on muscles so you don't fall. So let's come to mountain. This is the posture of alignment. Bringing your feet hip distance, bring the toes up, spread the toes, put the toes on the ground. Take your hands down alongside your body. Activate your upper thighs, push them back. Squeeze the buttocks to pull the tailbone down to minimize that low back curve. Push down with your feet, down with your hands. And then your gaze is straight in front of you. Now, if you have pretty solid posture and balance, you may be able here to close your eyes, to go to a place where you notice down in your feet where your weight distribution is. And if you don't have the confidence to close your eyes, don't do that. Only do what's right for you. Minimize your gaze, looking straight ahead, and then bring your eyeballs down into your feet. So bring your awareness down into your feet and notice where the weight is. Is it more in one foot than the other? Is it more in one part of the foot than the other? And see if you can make it even. So if there's more in the right foot than the left, push the left foot into the floor. If there's more in the heel than the ball of the foot, push the balls of the feet into the floor. If you feel your weight is more forward, push your body back. If you feel it's over to the right, push yourself to the left. And see if you could get yourself so that in your feet you feel pretty even. In the ball of the foot, the heel, left to right, front to back, side to side. And then now we're going to actually play with this. Push yourself forward slowly. Notice how your toes start to get very active and they start to grip the floor. And then bring yourself back to center. Push yourself back into the heels slowly and feel the glutes activate and the back of your body turn on. Bring yourself center. Push yourself slowly to the left. Feel that left side body turning on. Bring yourself back to center and push yourself to the right. Feel the right muscles Right side body muscles activate. And then bring yourself back to center. You're going to come into a wider stance. Bring yourself into a wider stance, one that feels comfortable for you, toes are forward. And then push your body forward, feel the toes grip. Push yourself backwards. Feel what you feel, notice what your body is doing communication-wise. And then push yourself over to the right and over to the left. And bring yourself back to center. Bring your feet so that they're hip distance, just move them wherever they go. And then let's go to the left. I want you to move your body to the left and then come back to center. Move your foot out to the left, your body to left, back to center. Now try to get the edge of the foot, the pinky toe edge to touch. Noticing what you notice your body. Go slower, up and out, up and back, up and out, up and back. And this now to the right. So start at first a little bit faster and then slow it down. Slower is harder. Harder in the joints for communication. Bring yourself back. Now diagonal, left foot goes forward and back. Kind of go slow here. Up, forward, up, and back. Right foot, up, forward, up, and back. Use your arms here. Your arms can help you. And when you have the other foot off the floor, the foot that's on the floor, lots of strength for the foot, for the ankle, all things really important for balance. Let's take the left leg up, back, diagonally behind you, and up and back to neutral. Up, diagonally back, up, and together. Now the right foot. Up and back, and up, and center. And one more. And bring yourself back. So one area I notice a lot of weakness is in the lateral chain, the side body, the glute medius here. So let's do a little bit of work for the side body, the lateral muscles. So take your left foot away from your center, move over, point your toes forward. So you're gonna move your body to the left, and I want you to lift the right foot up, push the right foot down, lift the right foot up, put the right foot down. Push yourself to the left and then down. To the left and down. Put your hands on your waist, bending at your hip when you do this. So bend your hip when you come forward, feeling that burn on that left leg as you come into that leg. Can you come up and hold and down? Up and hold and down. Hold and down. Now let's go to the right side. So push your body weight to the right, lift left up. Push to the right, lift your left up. Stabilizers. Up and hold and down. Up and hold and down. One more. Take your legs and shake your legs. All right, let's just do a tree to end the practice, to balance our body. Take your feet together, hands down alongside your body. Push your body over to the left foot, bend the right knee, knee out to the side. Bring the foot up in between the ankle and the knee. Grab the floor with your feet. Take your hand down alongside your body. Or move your arms. So if you're doing a challenge with tree, you want to challenge yourself, you could move yourself all over here in tree, moving yourself everywhere. Take one more breath and then bring yourself down. Let's go to the other side. To the right, bending left knee, left foot up, whatever, static, or you get out a little bit of challenge here. Noticing what you notice, the foot, the ankle, the lateral chain muscles, the leg muscles, all of the factors that come into balance when you're doing this posture, tree pose. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. Close your eyes if you can. Take a few breaths down to your feet. Feel your feet. And then open your eyes. So it's time for Shavasana. Shavasana is a posture of integration to allow all that we did in the practice to find its new memory. Every time you show up to practice, you're working on strength or flexibility, more range of motion, posture, balance, all of it, flexibility. So whatever you work on, there's new space, new, more. Let that integrate into your body. So get your whatever you'd like to practice your Shavasana. So bring yourself. You could bring your knees into your chest or let your arms and legs go in the air and shake, 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 shake any tension out. Then bring yourself into Shavasana. Stay with your breath. Stay here. If you'd like, you could practice a square breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Give your mind something to do so you can stay right here, right now in this present moment. Gently begin to deepen your breath. And start to Bend your fingers, bend your toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists. And then bend your knees, draw your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And then come all the way onto your side. From here all the way up. Sitting in a crisscross leg position or whatever feels comfortable for you. Let's close the practice with sound, bringing the hands together, pressing the hands to the heart to the hands. Sit nice and tall in your spine. We'll close with a humming sound. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Bringing your hands to your forehead, bowing forward in gratitude. Namaste. All right, so I hope that was good. We all need balance and posture, and there was a lot of that today. Beth, I see that you're here. Nice to have you. You're definitely a regular. I like to see that. Great. Good. Glad you like that. I wonder, did you feel sore and do you feel the work? You know, sometimes I feel like if I don't do some of the harder postures that someone might think that this is easy. I do the postures with you and I feel this in my body. So it really depends how long you hold, how strongly you push or pull on whatever we're doing at that time. So thumbs up if you like this. Please share it if someone needs to hear this information. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And then go to my website if you want more information, debbierobinson.com. Join my community or my programs. You feel it. Good. Great, Kathy. Yeah, it was surprisingly challenging. That's what I love to hear. I know. I'm challenged while I'm doing it. So it's like, whoa, this is challenging. Carolyn, great. Nice to have you here. All right. Thank you for joining me live. So next week, I'm going to be in Colorado. I have a self-care retreat that I'm going on for me and much needed. So I will not be teaching live next week. And I will be teaching live all the rest of October and November. So I will see you in the subsequent weeks. That information will be in my newsletter. And if you're not on that, join that. It's on my website, debbierobinson.com. That's for those of you that are not here live with me. Most of you here live are on that list. All right, ladies, thank you. So great to have you here and to practice with you.